Hello, my name is Audrey from TeacherAudrey123.com, and on this channel you will find videos about teaching ESL online, creating, and inspiration to keep on keeping on. Today I am going to share with you how to complete the demo section of the VIPKid hiring process. I am going to share easy steps and go through the lesson step by step and give you the encouragement on how to practice so you can ace that interview. One thing to note that there are 3 options on completing the demo stage of the VIPKid process. So the first one is the quick interview. And I have not personally experienced the interview and I haven't had anybody complete it that I know. So I cannot say that that's the one that I recommend. It does seem beneficial in a way, but you're only teaching one slide. And so my theory is to do the recorded demo so you can get a feel of what it's going to be like when you have a live mentor on the other side during your mock classes. Because as we mentioned in the last video, the third part of the application process is doing a live class with a mentor teacher. So I feel like that having gone through the process of teaching all the slides and the timing and the pacing will set you up for success. I also believe that being able to have the time to look through the slides and mentally prepare will help you better succeed. If you choose to do the live demo, in the comments below, let me know how it went and if you think it is worth promoting to potential teachers. So with no further ado, let's get to the demo lesson. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you have an educational background. Mine is very simple. I have my name tag. I have some emotions that are on there. You can create your own, draw something. If you have flashcards of something else, put something up there, or even just letter cards. This can be simple. We see a lot of really creative backgrounds on YouTube and Facebook that can be inspiring, but when you're starting out and money is tight, it's better to keep it simple. Um, you could I also have a plant that I have here as a filler space. And if you know any teacher, they usually have plants in their classroom. And then I have my dry erase board on the left, and I will do my reward here. I recommend keeping your secondary reward very simple. And I will use stars for mine. And I have little magnets on the back. Once again, if you don't have magnets, if you don't have colored paper to make stars, you could find 5 stuffed animals. Each time they do a good job, they get a stuffed animal, and you put it back on your behind you, and you wouldn't need the dry erase board. Or you can use tape and just put a little bit of tape on the back, and each time they do a good job, put that up there. You can bring the board up and say, you get a star, and they get the star. Good job. Put it back, and resume your lesson. Check out the video above to learn more about different rewards you can use in your classroom. Okay, now that we have our game plan on what we're going to do for our background and what we're going to do for our reward, and we've thought through how we're going to make sure it's presentable, the next step is to think through your props. Now, the demo lesson is about feelings, happy and sad. And so we will want to think about props that will connect with the lesson. So I'm going to share with you some simple prop ideas that you can make at home to have for your visual. So the first thing I recommend is having a piece of paper and cutting it in half. And then we'll cut the half in half again. Now I also have a yellow crayon, and a black crayon. And I am going to make a happy face and a sad face. So then you have happy, sad. So my second suggestion is to have two whiteboards, one for your rewards and then another one to use for the lesson. Okay, so you have your background, your reward, and your props. So now we are ready to practice the demo walkthrough for VIPKid. So what I would like you to do is to go into the portal and pull up the practice slides that VIPKid made available to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through slide by slide and give you some pointers on what to consider on each slide, and this will help set you up for success with your mock interview and teaching your future classes with VIPKid. And then I will give you a demonstration of how I would teach each slide in the classroom. Always remember that you want to use TPR, which is total physical response. And if you would like to learn a little bit more about TPR, hit the video above and watch it before continuing. So the first slide you don't do anything with. You move down to the second one where there's two mics and two megs. This is your introduction slide. On this slide, you're building a rapport with the student. You're going to introduce yourself and ask the students their name. And then you will ask one or two questions to get to know the student a little better. So it would look something like this. Hello, my name is Teacher Audrey. What is your name? My name is Amy. Hi, Amy. Amy, how old are you? I am 5 years old. Good job. How are you? Good job. So now this slide, go ahead and pause the video and practice on your own. Now we introduce the reward. I always like to give my students an action to do before rewarding them to show them that when they do what they're supposed to do, that they earn something. So on this, I would think of something that I could get them to do, either drag and drop or circle. Starting out, I like to get my students to at least circle to see where they are on their computer skills. So I would demonstrate it this way. Mike, Mike, circle, Mike. I'll count to 3. If they haven't circled, I will circle Mike on the page. Then I will repeat, circle Mike. Once they circle Mike, I'll go, good job. You get a star. Bum, 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 bum. When you do a good job, you get a star. Nice work. Then we go to the next slide. If you see in the upper right hand corner, it says I vocabulary. When you see that, it is important that you work on the vocabulary word in isolation. Repetition is very important for our beginner learners and our older learners. And One way that VIPKid hones in on this concept is by having their teachers have the student repeat the word in isolation 2 to 3 times. So to start out, I would circle the word sad. I would circle, and then once I let go of my mouse, that's when the student can see. Then I would say sad. I would do TPR and look sad. And so it would, and I would use my prop that I made. So I would circle sad, sad, sad. And I go, he is sad. As the student is saying the sentence back to me, I would underline, he is sad. Then we move on to the next sentence, or to the next, now we move on to the next slide. On this slide, we're going to ask the question, eliciting the student's response. So we would say, who is sad? Circle. If they just say sad, or they circle without doing anything, we would prompt them by saying, he is sad. Good job. You get a star. Bum, 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 bum. A star. Good job. You could also, on this, to make it personalized to you, you could point out he is sad. Or you could point out the girl and show she. How is she? She is happy. So you can extend the lesson depending on how your student's doing, because some of our level 2 students, they're going to know this and they're just going to zip through. Others, they're going to struggle and they're not going to remember as quickly. So you want to be able to extend by looking at the slides and asking similar questions with just with slight nuances to help them practice more. Now we're going to say, how is she? They may say sad, and then we would circle the word she is sad. And in this one, we want them to circle sad. She is sad. So in this one, we want them to drag and drop. So we could circle and say happy. And then we can circle the word sad. Sad. How is she? She is sad. To help the student without having extra output on the teacher's part, you could take your mouse and draw an arrow to the word sad and say drag and drop. Drag and drop. Sad. Now we move to the phonics. I recommend using your dry erase board. And if you notice in the upper right hand corner, it says I phonics. So each part of this is going to, the red and the blue letters will be used in isolation, therefore repeated 2 to 3 times. So I would go and write the word I and say I. I. Then I would circle the G on the slide and write the G. G. So with the I for phonics, this is showing us that we need to do each sound in isolation and then the rhyme in isolation twice, each one of those twice. And then we need to practice blending the words with the consonant, or with the onset. Then we need to practice blending the words with the onset, and the onsets are the beginning consonants. So I would teach this slide by going like this. I. Sometimes to elicit that I put my finger here. I. G. G. Once again, to elicit the G, it's a back sound. So they can put their hand there to help them remember ig. Then we practice it together. Ig. Ig. D. Ig. Dig. Ig. Wig. Good job. Ooh, not ma. Ig. Mig. Good job. Amy, you get a star. Bum, 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 bum. A star. Then we go to the last slide. It's the goodbye slide. We just say, so the last slide is the goodbye slide. And what we do here is we just praise the student for their good work and say goodbye. So it might look something like this. Amy, you did a good job today. You got 3 stars. Good job. Bye, Amy. See you next time. Bye. Okay, so you've went through this process. Now, I want to give you 3 takeaways. Number 1, I recommend you going through this demo again and pausing after each section. Do the first section, pause it, practice it a couple times. Then watch the second slide. Pause the video, do the first slide and the second slide back to back. Do that a couple times. Then play through the third slide and repeat the manner until you have gone through the whole lesson. And as you stair step, you're going to get better with those first slides, and it's all going to come back together and be more cohesive, and you're going to retain more in your mind of those little nuances and tricks that VIPKid wants us to use as we do those more consistently. So I really suggest that method and find that the teachers that practice the most in actually going through it and circling and doing all this stuff in real time do a lot more better than just watching the teachers on YouTube. So put forth the effort now so you can be successful in no time. My second takeaway is to have fun and smile. They want to feel your energy because you are connecting with the kids across from the world. And also make note that most of these kids, we're seeing them in the evening time after they've had a full day of school and they're tired. So they need someone to come and kind of give them an oomph and to have fun with them. And the third takeaway is watch your incidental language. Don't add unnecessary comments or long, elaborate explanations. Just jump in and do it. If it's vocabulary, introduce that word. Just say it, circle it, do the TPR, then do the sentences. Don't say, oh, we're doing vocabulary. Our vocabulary word is sad. None of that. They don't get it, and VIPKid will knock you for that. So, practice these slides. Also note on the phonics slide, I told the child, not ma, but And I do that because with my own kids that I teach on a regular basis, they tend to remember longer if I see that as a repetitive of me pointing out, oh, remember, we don't make that sound, we want this sound. And so I find that helping in my teaching. I know with VIP Kid in the hiring process, they prefer, and some kids need this, that you just tell them the correct way. So make a note of that. Just show them if they go ma, go mm, ig, mig. So there you have it. That is the demo. So you've got this, and I'm rooting for you. Please remember to email me if you have any questions in the comments below. Let me know what tip was the most beneficial part of this video, and if I could offer you anything more that could help your experience be better. I would love to hear from you, and I would also love to just hear when you have made it through the second step of the process. I hope you had a wonderful day, and thank you for watching this video. Keep up the great work, and see you next time. Bye.